is everybody's a writer. Here we go. Sometimes people die before they die. It's not rocket science. It's just how it works. Sometimes a person just drives you batshit enough for you to step away from the car. Maybe when you're a kid even, you do the math and you realize that being away from that person is loads better than being in the same room, or being in the same house, or being in the same state, or planet, or solar system. The reasons, unless they try to kill you or burn your house down, those are pretty normal. They belittle you, they ignore you, they compete with you, they break their word, they don't listen. Or when they do listen, it's really they're just waiting for you to stop talking. Or they're an idiot. Or they're self-involved. Or blah, 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 blah. It really doesn't matter. Whatever they are, it is the opposite of inviting. And when you get to that point, it's either you or them, and you pick you. That person is, for all intents and purposes, dead. Sometimes you do the whole 9 yards. You disappear cold turkey. But mostly because you are civilized and because you don't want them really to notice, because then they'll come after you. You are respectful. You go to the holiday celebrations, graduations, weddings. You remember birthdays. Maybe you go so far as to make the phone calls, and when she asks you about your life, you count on one hand the number of sentences you get out before she turns the conversation back to herself. You do what is required. You don't do one thing more. You go along like that until one day she does die. You look at that body and she's not in there anymore. And when your friends find out, they say, "I'm so sorry for your loss," which is nice. At least they're trying. They're thinking about you. And that's comforting, it really is. Because at that moment, when she really does die, all you're capable of doing is wandering about, sighing a lot. You do projects. You clean out the cupboard underneath the sink. You fix the door handle. You balance your checkbook. You watch TV that you don't remember the minute you turn it off. You trim the plants. You wash the windows. You iron. You eat a lot of bread and cheese. And you drink an enormous amount every night. When you come home, you are very careful when you cross the street. Outside, you appear very normal. When you cross the street, you look for traffic. When you come home, you make certain you put the house keys on the hook by the door where they belong. And you drink a lot. On the inside, though, all you can hear is, "What the fuck? What the fucking fuck is going on?" It's like tinnitus. You hear all the other noise, but what you listen to is that, "What the fucking fuck? She was here, and now she's gone. And we're on this little conveyor belt. And she's gone. What the fucking fuck? She's here, she's not here. What the fuck?" And then you start to look at all the parts of your life she will never share. And you start to get sentimental. Until you remember that if she were alive, and standing in your apartment at that very moment, she'd be asking why there were cat hairs on the window panes. Why there were so many black people in Harlem. And over dinner, she would say that even if you never succeed as a writer, dear, you will still have an interesting life. And you realize that if she were alive, you would kill her. Instead, here you are, mourning a person you never liked. We mourn them when we leave them, although we don't admit it. And then we mourn them when they leave us, although we're surprised. So we mourn the people we don't like twice. Son of a bitch. Go figure.